Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Met, musician and founding member of AJR and executive director at Sustainable Partners, Inc.
Hello, Concordia. My name is Adam. You may recognize me from a small band called AJR. Over the last few years, you might have recognized our songs Bang, which was a pretty big one on the radio, Way Less Sad, and a few others. In total, we have about 3 or 4 billion streams around the world, and we've played in front of millions of people at festivals and our own shows, but that's not really what I'm here to talk to you about today. We are here to talk about sustainability in a lot of different contexts, so I want to share with you a few of the things that I've been working on over the last couple of years. In addition to being this musician and traveling around the US and the world, I just finished my PhD in Sustainable Development and International Human Rights Law. And a lot of people ask me why a musician and why academia, and honestly, they both inform the other, and you'll hear more about that in a second. In addition to that, I do a lot of work with the UN, helping to amplify the Sustainable Development Goals and communicate them in ways that are effective for people all around the world in all different types of communities. I also do a lot of work with the Biden administration here in the US, with the Department of Energy, with the EPA, and helping them to figure out ways to, again, communicate effectively, but also make real concrete change for people that need it the most. And so between my music background and my academic background and my advocacy background, one of the things that I've really worked hard on is a nonprofit called Planet Reimagined. Planet Reimagined is all about bridging the gap between thought and action. And the way that I built Planet Reimagined is looking at how we built this band in the music industry. A scrappy band that didn't have any connections, had no money. We started out street performing and figured out how to build it kind of like a startup. And so this is exactly what we did with Planet Reimagined. We have programs that bridge thought and action in really unique ways. What we do is we bring together people from around the world to create fellowship programs, to do both research and advocacy. And that's unique because research is normally done in academic institutions or think tanks, and it doesn't bring the advocacy part of it into the equation. And so what we do is we bring together fellows from the research background and from an advocacy background to build projects. And let me give you an example. A few years ago, one of our research groups, one person came from Germany, one person came from India, and one person came from New Jersey. These 3 people had completely different backgrounds. One was a climate scientist, one person focused on architecture, and the third focused on supply chain management. And you would think, what do these 3 people have in common? And that's exactly the point of what we do. We give them the resources and the opportunity to bring them together, come up with creative ideas that come from all these different types of backgrounds. They developed a project around urban farming practices and innovative stakeholder engagement. That basically means making sure we're hearing from everybody who is involved and figuring out solutions that will benefit really everybody. So in addition to creating a really in-depth research paper with brand new research that's now been published, they created a giant Lego structure showing all the different types of urban rooftop farming in order to get people excited and interested in a new way. Now, not only did we create this Lego structure and create this research paper, but we took it to the next level. Through partnerships with places like iHeartRadio and MTV, we're able to amplify their work. Our PSA series with iHeartRadio about this specific project reached 100 million people in just 1 year. That's really insane. Most nonprofits don't have this kind of reach. And that's again what I was saying before about the music, taking those strategies and applying them in new and creative ways. And again, that's not even all of it. We've taken this approach and are now rolling it out in music venues. We have a music venue right here in New York City, where I'm from, that has started to apply this approach of urban farming. And now what they're doing is they're growing all different kinds of vegetables in order to create a hot sauce that they're selling in their venues, and the money is going back to help local communities. So this is just one very specific example of the work that we do, bridging this idea of thought and action. A few years ago, we had just 5 fellows. In the last couple of years, we've had representation from 78 countries with hundreds and hundreds of applications to join our programming. And one of the craziest things is we have a lower acceptance rate than Harvard University. our goal is to expand this. We see that it actually works. We've had 7 different groups of fellows come up with these creative, innovative projects, and what we've realized is that we need representation from everywhere, from urban communities to rural communities, from the north of the United States to the south of the United States. We've had people from India, from Costa Rica, from Sri Lanka, from Pakistan, a native Hawaiian, people from Texas, people from New Jersey. It's really important to get all of these different viewpoints, and that's why this research is so innovative and creative. And we work now on a shoestring budget, and our goal is to expand this to create a new kind of academy, a new kind of school, a new kind of center that really does bridge this idea of thought and action. So right here at Concordia, my message to you is that in order to build something creative, in order to build something new, in order to build something sustainable, we need voices from everywhere. And it's not just voices from everywhere about the research. It's voices from everywhere to create real and concrete action. And that's what we're doing right here with Planet Reimagined. And again, that's not where it ends. I take this message on tour everywhere I go. Over the next few months, I'll be playing in front of hundreds of thousands of people this year alone. And that message is going to be shared with everybody. So if you don't know my music, I'm in a band called AJR. Feel free to go listen to it. But also, take a look at what we're doing with Planet Reimagined. It's something different, and in all my experience, I've never seen anything like it before. And we hope to work with you.